Welcome you. Come on in. I feel like we've been getting to talk a lot this week, which is so exciting. I am here on my bedroom floor once again. Tonight we're going to be watching Amberlynn's most recent Let's Talk. I think she uploaded it today. So yay! I'm trying to keep up as much as I can, because I do love chit-chatting with you guys about my favorite YouTuber. It's really fun. And I appreciate anyone who's commented on any of my videos. You guys are amazing and awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. So tonight, it's kind of chill vibes. We're like legitimately getting a nor'easter here in New England, so it's not feeling very Memorial Day weekend. It's a total wash, which sucks. And I will be traveling in it tomorrow, so we're here to just relax. Even though I have a feeling Amberlynn's gonna make my blood pressure go up, it's totally fine. Either way, I'm going to be doing my nails. My toenails. No, I can't afford a pedicure. It's fine. So I got my colors, my Insta-Dry top coat. I thought we could like do our nails together and watch Amberlynn, have a little girls' evening, a they-them evening, a he-him evening, whatever you want. I also have like these press-on nails. Like I have two options here that I've had for a while, and I'm like, maybe I should do them. I don't know for sure if I'm going to, because I am going to a wedding on Saturday. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I can have my press-on nail moment. You might see me on Snapchat bitching about something, a la Jeffree Star. You know what I'm saying? You are a disrespectful piece of jit. Okay. All right. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm excited to get into it. These ones always leave me because she can be a little sassafras, okay, for sure. But we'll see what happens, all right? I think we have Coda. Oh, he's ready. Let's do this.
Hello, welcome to another Let's Talk. I was crying a little bit before this video, so that's why I look the way I do.
What's going on with her? I really wonder, because I honestly wouldn't have thought she was crying if she hadn't mentioned it. But like, what's the deal, Amber? How can we help? What can we do?
But I'm okay, so let's just hop right into it with
Are you
Sweet and
sure?
Sour. KCHI Juarez said, they didn't silence you. You embarrassed them with the engagement story. I'd be mad too if I was them. So that engagement story was as much theirs as it was mine. And I'm allowed to share that. If you're embarrassed with the way that you proposed, maybe you shouldn't have proposed that way. I stand by what I said. It was a weird way to.
Is she serious right now? Didn't she like basically make Beck propose to her? Right? Like she bought the rings for herself. She just wanted to be engaged, basically. She didn't really care about the fact that Beck was clearly going through grieving the loss of their mother. That did not seem to worry Amber. She just wanted to be engaged, and when that happened, she was like, "Oh, the proposal was so special. It was so Beck the way she did it." And then, after the whole breakup and her meeting Jade and all that, then it was like, oh my God, like, oh, like so embarrassing that she would like propose that way. Like, ew. It's so nasty and such an awful way to talk about someone that you've shared this long relationship with, who took care of you in such a personal way. And it was so distasteful for Amber to act like that. And so to like basically double down and still think it was okay for her to talk about Beck in that way is crazy. And that's why Beck retaliated, because at every chance she got, she was trying to embarrass Beck and make her out to be an awful partner. So, girl, you got what you were giving.
Propose. If you guys don't know, Beck proposed on a little vibrator after we hadn't had sex for literally a few years.
Because you were stinking, okay? You were a little smelly. I don't think she wanted to go downstairs. I don't think they wanted to go downstairs, and who can blame them? Okay? If we want to get down to brass tacks here, girl, that's what was going on. Like, can she just stop talking about Beck? How about genuinely? Like, I feel like she's only doing it because Beck's off the internet, and I've said this before, and she just likes to kick people when they're down because it's an easy target for her, and that's that bully mentality coming out. It's an easy target, um, and she probably won't get any retaliation right now because Beck is going through it after the breakup with their fiance. And this is Amber at her core right here, just nasty, and she can't let it go. We're gonna keep hearing about it, and it's just wild. And she's even using Beck in the title because that's all she has, like for clickbait, is people that she's treated awful, like Zachary, Michael, and Beck, and it's sad at this point.
Years, and they asked me, "Will you have sex with me for the rest of my life?" And I just thought that was kind of insensitive. It didn't feel personal, and it just felt off to me.
And impersonal and insensitive. Why did you say yes then? Riddle me that. This is crazy that we're still talking about this, number one. But Amber, hop off of it. Hop off it, girl.
And I have a right to share that. And that's like,
well, then Beck has a right to share what she wants.
Shared what when they want. I have hundreds more, but I choose not to. Ranch Girly 3.
Oh my God, she's so much better, you guys. She would never share personal information about people. Never. She's way better than Beck, that's for sure. Oh my God, I can't. This conversation, it's not doing her any favors, that's for sure. Just give it up.
3 said, Amberlynn, look at all the positivity in the chat. The change is coming. So I don't know. I've only seen a few comments that I screenshotted here, but if there is more positivity, I am happy to see it. Thank you guys. Sailor Mercury 1990 said, yep, I keep saying, why does VM sound like the same people every damn week? So I'm assuming you're talking about the voice messages. I have not done a single repeat. Every single voice message I have done has been from a different person. Chop Suey 2716 said, what?
That Australian accent one has sounded the same. I'm not about to cry or anything. I just am still slightly under the weather. Like my voice is a little crackly wackly. But the Australian accent voice message, it sounds very similar. Like I feel like we've heard it every single time, but that's the only one that I've noticed thus far. But all the questions are essentially the same.
Why she keeps saying she had a CT scan? She was too fat years ago and she didn't get it. She's heavier than before, but willy-nilly getting scans now. Well, for one, I'm not heavier now. 2, I'm saying that I got a CT scan because I did. 3, I was only too big for a CT scan one time, and that was during a time when I was in a rural area. Since then, I've gotten multiple CT scans due to my cancer. I could have sworn that she couldn't fit when she was here in Oklahoma because didn't she go to get a scan, but then like her mom dropped her off to get a scan, but then she didn't fit, and then she came out and her mom, they were like, hee, I can't fit. I'm pretty sure that was in Oklahoma, no? I don't know. I could be imagining things. I could be misremembering, but I could have sworn. But either way, like, okay, whatever. You got a CT scan. We believe you, girl. We believe you. Because I was in a bigger city. CT scans have weight limits and they're all different. Large populated places have CT scans that do allow bigger bodies. So I hope this helps. All right, now it's time for Sippin' Community. Sippin'. What do you consider working on your relationship with food? What have you done to improve it? So I'm just going to list off a few things. I'm no longer like labeling foods good or bad. Yes, I'm fully aware that there are foods that are better for you and I want to nourish myself with those. But labeling certain foods as bad is triggering as hell for me. I'm trying to figure out like, what are my emotional triggers? What are my mental triggers? Like, what are my environmental triggers and things like that? And then finding coping mechanisms for those triggers. I'm keeping a food journal. This is building lots of awareness for me. I'm slowing down my eating and I'm trying not to. She didn't know before this time that she could keep a food journal. Miss Journal Lynn. Now she's like, oh my God, guys, food journals work. It's like, you have like 10,000 journals. How did you not know this? eat so much while watching something because I realize I eat a lot faster while I'm like watching a YouTube video. I'm just trying to be more focused on my food. I am literally discarding the all or nothing approach because that has never worked for me in the past. Because when I do the all or nothing approach, if I make one small, tiny, like quote unquote, bad decision, or I'm taking away the bad, but in the past, if I would have made that bad decision, I would have just let loose for the full day. But instead, I make that quote unquote bad decision and I just go on. I'm connecting my eating to self-worth.
What do you mean?
Like, so many people tell me, Amberlynn, you're so fat, you don't need to eat for a year. Like, I don't believe that. I'm just trying to really, truly take away all of this.
But yeah, like all of this sounds like something someone would do who had a pretty serious, they were the opposite of Amber. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like she just needs to lose weight. That's more of the thing for her. And I think that's why inpatient would be so great because she could lose the weight and also work through her issues with food, you know, because the most important thing for getting her health better is weight loss. So all this stuff, while it's all well and good, it's like, well, girl, like you need to be doing a little bit more to lose the weight just so you're healthy and alive, right?
Like nonsense, this noise that I only deserve food if I'm skinny. I try not to watch any eating content, and if I do, I make sure they're eating something healthy. Like, have you guys heard of the Tiffany plate? That's that plate that I eat with all the veggies and the cottage cheese and the chicken sausage. Like, if I was to watch eating content, I make sure to only watch ones that are healthy because I noticed that like the unhealthy, lack of nourishing foods does trigger me. I'm trying to pay more attention to my hunger, fullness cues.
You just like them
I feel like the list can literally go on and on and on and on and on, but I'm really working on it. It's free range.
Like you think they're tasting and yummy.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why I say free range, but thank you for letting me know.
Like a free range chicken.
Forget, if we're being honest. I'm so worried about my health. At Denny's after the ER, give me that girly pop grand slam. So I don't know if you guys know this, but most restaurants do have healthier options. And that includes Denny's.
Who the hell cares?
Salad. Why don't you ever do a low sodium diet? You know what's really funny about this question? When I got my lab results, my sodium was low.
In your blood work?
Sodium was low.
Okay, well, Amber, I'm just going to use my common sense on this one. I don't know if it's true, but if you did a fasted blood test, your kidneys probably would have worked through all the sodium in your system and it wouldn't show up in your blood work. I imagine that's why, because if you have functioning kidneys, it's filtering that sodium out. So yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm not a medical professional. That's just my theory, though. You know,
it was in the normal range, but it was low on the normal range. And I'm telling you,
because you were fasted.
I'm probably as shocked as y'all. Keemstar cussed you out just like Zach did, but you loved when Keemstar did it. Make it make sense. Keemstar is a troll.
That's not trolling, Amber. That was not trolling. I think he was genuinely mad that you haven't got on the show and you've kind of been jerking him around because one second you're like, and then the next minute you're like, I don't know. I genuinely think that he's like annoyed, you know, and I do think he's like a douchebag. I like I said, I don't know much about that show, but all three of those dudes just seemed, oh my God. And the fact that she wants to be associated with people like that, like, says so much about her, honestly. And yeah, I mean, he called you a dumb bitch, a dumb fucking bitch. Sorry, Banjo. Like, no, I'm sorry. Joking, trolling, whatever. Like, that's super wrong. And it, like, let's say Mr. Snowflake came online and said that, you would be like, he is the abuser, he's abusing me. Like, come on. And I would agree with you. Like, Mr. Snowflake said that about you, I'd be like, whoa. Calm down, girl, you know? Like, let's be real here.
He's literally like that towards everyone. Ew. Like, if you've watched his live streams, why would you want to be around like that even towards the people that he loves the most. That's gross. I'm not saying that he loves me. I'm not saying that we're friends because we're definitely not. But even me, like me and my closest friends, we call each other hoe, hooker, like bitch, like what's up, bitch? Like
Amberlynn's like, Keemstar, what are we? All her friends, her mom's friends, she means. Oh, bitch. When I talk to my friend, I'm like, you are the most incredible person I've ever seen in my life. I want to marry you. Don't marry this man on Saturday. Like, what? I don't call her. I mean, No, I don't call her a hoe. Never. Never.
Literally, like, it's about the intent. Like, it's way different when it's a joke versus like how Zach did it. Like, that
was not a joke.
Like, remember, intent matters.
If anything,
just
Zach
like in
was
most
joking.
things. How was a guy watching your TikTok at Denny's? So it's not that it was a coincidence that the guy was watching my TikTok at Denny's and I heard him do it in the sense of like, oh, it's a coincidence. Like, he's just sitting there watching my TikTok and then there I am, I pop up. It's the fact that he recognized me first, put the TikTok on, showed his friend, and he was like, no, it really is her. It's not that he was watching it first. Trust me, this happens a lot where someone will recognize me. Okay. They'll be looking, they'll either go to my Instagram or my TikTok. You are a world famous celebrity. My mom will hear them. Like, when I got my other side of my nose pierced, my mom was whispering to me, she's like, those people recognize you. And it was just like a cluster of people. And I didn't even notice. Like, we were in the piercing shop. Popular. And she was like, watch. And then I caught them like looking and they were like, whispering, yeah, it is her. But I was so nervous to get the other side of my nostril pierced that I didn't even notice. But like, this has been happening forever. Like, a lot of the time, like, people do come up to me, but there are a lot of the time that they don't. And then later I'll get a message on Instagram where they're like, oh, I saw you on so-and-so. I was too shy to come up to you. I genuinely think I'm just recognized a lot because there's also a lot of people who cover me. All right, you guys, now it is time for the Lint review.
I love these.
Where do you think the line is between weight being due to genetics versus being due to environmental factors or...
How the hell would Amber know? Are you guys serious? She don't know. I mean, I do know that a lot of the time the reason that some people can get so big, just like the reason some people can build so much muscle, is because of genetics. Like, not everyone can be Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know what I mean? And not everyone can be Amberlynn Reid.
Personal choice and lifestyle.
I don't think there really is a line because if it is due to genetics, that's pretty black and white. I know for me, it's due to genetics. My grandma on my dad's side used to be 600 pounds, but then she actually got the weight loss surgery. So I only knew her
as her. Maybe you should try that.
100 and something pounds. She's no longer with us. Like, that woman was my heart and soul. I miss her so much every single day. But I also know that it's environmental because of the things that I went through, all of the trauma. I turned to food. So I have a lot of medical and I have a lot of environmental, things like working against me. Like, when I did the ACE test, I scored 9 out of 10. Now that we're here, I actually want to share with you guys what 9 I have because I know so many people are like, what? So these questions are pretty black and white. Like, there's no even having to think of them. It's either it did happen or it didn't. I actually think that these questions might even be too triggering for some people. So I've decided I am not going to share them.
Hi, Amber.
Why did we even have that conversation
I watched Destiny and Becky's video about you.
Okay.
And something that struck me as odd was the constant glazing everyone was doing for them.
Oh God, here we go.
I felt that there was not a lot of accountability on Destiny's
for what?
Becky's end.
Okay.
You know, while I believe Becky may not remember everything clearly, it felt like she kind of began to use that.
I actually think Beck has taken accountability for a lot of the things that happened on Amber's channel. I also like to bear in mind that Beck was not the one with the YouTube channel. That was Amber. Beck was being basically put on YouTube against their will. And so I have a little bit more forgiveness for their behavior. But for the things that I struggled with when it comes to Beck's behavior online, I thought that they took accountability and were really open and honest about that. And I respect that. Destiny, I couldn't give 2 hoots about. Like, I really do not care about Destiny. Her YouTube presence for me and for most people that are in the Amberverse, it's just solely how it relates to Amber. Like, who cares? Also, to go back to Beck, I think that Beck is a good person. In my opinion, I can just see it in her, in their eyes and their face. Like, they mean very well and they're a good person, and it comes across well, I think. And so that's that on that. Like, not everybody has to agree with me. That's just my opinion. And for Amber, it's like, you've not taken accountability for literally anything. So I don't know where you get off having these conversations about other people taking accountability. Like, you should just shush. This question, it's irrelevant to you, to be honest.
As a crutch, to not take accountability or answer difficult questions, like questions about Twinkie.
What?
Do you think
does Amber take Twinkie out?
Sort of ready to take anything Destiny and Becky said in order to run with it and paint you as the villain? And how do you navigate that? How do you navigate the hate?
Oh, they were willing to hear anything said about me and believe it. Beck doesn't have to take accountability. Destiny doesn't have to take accountability. They will literally believe anything that they say. Beck.
Amber, you were abusive towards Beck. You were the aggressor in that relationship. It's really annoying now. Keep my spouse's name out your mouth. I'm done with my toast, by the way. I would show you, but you guys are not getting that content for free. No.
Doesn't remember a lot, and they lied a lot.
Because of you.
They exaggerated a lot.
They lied a lot? I'm calling 911 right now. This is ridiculous.
Really, they lied about things that like there's proof of, and
such as
nobody cares because they just want the tea about me. How have I navigated that? Well, I don't really know. I've popped off like a medium amount, definitely in live streams.
Navigating that well would like be giving us the proof of this baloney she's spouting.
But like I'm telling you, I could like pop off at a level that would probably shock a lot of people.
No one cares.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna lower myself to that level. But at the level that I did pop off, it's
You're
just
already
like,
there,
because
babe.
it's too much. Like, why lie? Why share personal details? Like, it's just heavy. It's a lot.
Why did you need to share the proposal story? Why did you feel the need to share that? Answer that question, and then maybe that will answer why Beck felt the need to share a story that happened to them. This is narcissism. This like refusal to see the other side. That's got to be one of the things. Somebody get the psychological textbook out and look up narcissism, because this has got to be it.
It's overwhelming. Any person on this planet, if they were experiencing what I have been experiencing, they would probably pop off themselves, or they would disappear from the internet. Hint, hint. They will stay glazed, and I really just don't care.
If I wasn't a healed person, if I wasn't healed, okay, or if I wasn't on my healing journey, queens, I'd have a lot to say right now, but I'm going to be the bigger person, literally and figuratively, and I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to let her have it, because it seems like there's no convincing her that she was the aggressor in her relationship with Beck for some reason. I don't know. Anyway.
Hey Amberlynn, me and my girlfriend have watched you for years now and I've loved watching your journey. My question to you is, how do you handle setbacks without getting discouraged?
Ooh.
Have you guys been watching her for years?
Discouraged.
She gets discouraged every time and she quits. That's what happens.
A lot. But somehow I just pick myself back up.
Hello.
She's got to pay her bills, so she's back on the internet using her weight loss for money. You know what I'm saying? I'm allowed to say that because I make $0.00. Talking about Amber, okay? Zero.
I'm doing this while I'm doing my skincare. My first question is,
Queen,
so we saw you get a Fitbit, and I mean, maybe I just haven't paid close attention,
question.
But I don't know where the Fitbit went.
She's gone.
That Fitbits aren't cheap. So and then also,
she ain't taking no damn
steps.
steps.
Like you've had an Apple Watch before.
She totally has. She totally has.
Where did that
Good
go?
point.
Why get a Fitbit when you can, use your Apple Watch? I guess I don't know. And I'm asking my second question in another thing. Hold
on. Okay. So they did send me a second question, as they said, but let me answer that real quick. Okay. So the Fitbit was broke. Remember when I showed you guys, like, it went
girl, you didn't get a new one
to get to me? It was broke. Like the front of the screen cracked. Couldn't even turn on. I was like, is the universe telling me that like I don't need a Fitbit? As for the Apple Watch, she'd been lost.
That was the universe telling her she didn't need a Fitbit. The universe was like, listen, girl, you don't even taking them damn steps. All right. By the universe, I mean Tommy.
She'd been lost. I don't even think she made it to Oklahoma. Okay, let's do
Apple Watch, a very expensive item, is just lost to the world. What is it like to be that rich? Oh my word. I would be hunting high and low. This is me hunting for my Apple Watch if it was just lost. Okay? I don't have a Fitbit, but I have a Whoop. This puppy right here does all my track-a-lacking. Maybe Amber can try Whoop. I have a review on this channel of Whoop. Amber, check it out. It has 70 views. I'm doing good.
To the next question.
My second question is, you've cycled through a lot of diets.
Yes.
You'll count calories
Yeah.
until it
Oh my
triggers
god,
you,
absolutely.
then you'll eat intuitively until you gain too much weight and realize you don't have, that control yet, and then you'll try Ozempic till your gallbladder hurts and you
This sounds very much like a yo-yo dieter, very common, but yes, I do cycle.
try to do
I hope that you guys can hear them, by the way.
keto, but then your gallbladder hurts, but
Oh,
it
we
helps
can
your
hear them,
lipid,
girl.
So it's just, I don't know. I
We
want
can
to
hear
ask, what do you think what's it gonna take? Like, what's gonna work? And if you don't know that, that's okay too.
I don't know yet.
I was just curious because it's like, I mean,
After
I'm not a
13 years,
fan,
she don't
but I
know.
have like
I'm
seen,
not really a
I've
fan, but
followed
like,
your journey since like 2018, and I'm gonna be honest, it is a little maddening. All of them.
You're watching it. I'm living it. Like, it is maddening. I literally hate this for the
okay,
both of us.
whatever.
Okay.
So that's just my main question is,
Babes.
what's it gonna take? And I'm trying not to be rude, but I can come off
You're
really
not.
blunt, so I apologize for that.
No, you're good.
But yeah, those are my main questions.
Honestly, I think it's me working on my relationship with food, because before I never worried so much about that. It was more.
Is she still in therapy? Is she ever going to tell us? Is she working on her relationship with food in therapy? Because that's what needs to happen. There's no way she's going to work on it by herself. There's just no way.
Or so like, ooh, diet culture, ooh, let's lose weight. Now it's like, girl, like, let's
But
work on
you
that
need to lose weight,
relationship
right?
with food.
To be healthier?
That's going to heal the way that you think of food. It's a lot. Okay, so they sent another one,
I don't
so
know.
let's listen.
Also, I was not going to send a third message, but your egg
Go,
intolerance actually is probably a side effect from your gallbladder, because the egg yolk is really fatty. And when I had my gallbladder,
Interesting.
that was a huge trigger for me, was eggs. And I still can't eat them because it reminds me of how sick I used to get when I had a gallbladder. So yeah,
That
fun
sounds
fact, it's
like a good
probably
theory,
because of my
honestly.
gallbladder.
I don't know why I'm laughing, but no, it's not because of my gallbladder. I've actually had it since I was just a wee little girl, and my mom also suffers with the same thing. But thank you for the questions.
She gets everything from her mom.
I just want to say, you and my sister, I love you. We always watch you together. But I just have two quick questions to ask. One, what like catchphrase, like I know you have like hectic on one. Like, what catchphrase would you put on your like next like merch drop if you're gonna have one?
Mm-hmm.
And then
It would be like,
my other question is like, what was like your like favorite diet? Like, not like necessarily like how well it worked, but like the one that you enjoyed most. Like, what,
the one that she's tried for longer than a day?
Enjoy, I guess, the most that you were on. Thank you, Queen. I love you.
I love you too. Why am I so giggly?
Thank you,
So I don't know what catchphrase I would put on one next. Like, I was making so much merch, but then things happened and I had to stop. There was a lot of catchphrases, a lot of inside jokes. You guys would have literally loved it.
Inside jokes, like with your fans or with Tommy, because we wouldn't understand the inside jokes you have with Tommy Salami unless you got like a sweater that just says salami on it, which I would buy, honestly. If she uses that idea, I'm suing.
Something I'll go back to or not, but right now the subject is a little touchy. But regarding favorite diet,
we all know you're with her. It's fine.
Like, I don't know what it is, but definitely favorite.
Hey Amber, I'm a huge fan of you and your channel. My question for you is, if you could start your YouTube career from scratch but keep all your knowledge of how to be a YouTuber, would you do anything differently? Would you change the way you did your journey? Let us know. Love you.
Yes, the answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I love you too.
Hi,
leave it at that.
Amberlynn.
Hey, girl.
Long time viewer, first time questioner. I've always wanted to know, when will you ever like release any information on your foster journey and what had happened to you during that time? I know that it's a very touchy subject, but it's just something that I've always found interesting because everybody has a different kind of story. And even just releasing some information about it would just be...
I mean, she has, right? Like, we've heard some stories from her foster care experience. I think the issue with Amber is a lot of the stories don't really line up. And I'm not saying that because I think that she didn't have a hard time in foster care. I'm sure she did. I know it's a really messed up system here in the United States specifically. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I think for Amber, yeah, it's the stories don't always line up, and that could just be a memory thing, whatever. But I don't think she wants people to go digging, and she knows that people will. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's learned her lesson on that, and I think she's gonna zip it about her past for sure.
Something I'd want to hear in like a vlog or a let's talk video.
So that subject is very touchy for me, for sure. And I think that's the reason why it's hard, because it's like there's so much that happened, obviously.
Yeah,
whether
girl.
that was before foster care, during, or after, like there's a lot. And I know that there are so many people who are watching me who literally don't believe a word I say. Foster care and the things around it,
like,
I do not want any of that to be questioned, because that is the shit that gave me so much fucking trauma. Like, that is my real life, true, authentic story. And for that to be like tainted in that way, which, bro, like, it can't even be more tainted than it already is, because obviously I have a lot of trauma. But it's just like, for people to touch it in like a vile way, instead of like a way that comes from like concern and gentleness, like, I don't know, it's just hard for me. But I am an open book, and I am always open to answering any questions about foster care. It's just hard for me to sit down and make a full-fledged story time. It would probably be 10 hours long. I'd probably forget a lot of things. I'd be editing it back, probably thinking, damn, I should have said that, or I should have, you know, it's just a lot. But
I think I've heard a lot of stories. I mean, I don't know, maybe I just have a bad memory. I feel like a lot of her experiences that we've heard from her childhood that were bad were related to when she was with her parents. Weirdly, the only thing I remember about her being in foster care was when that one time somebody asked her where she was during 9/11, and she answered by saying, I was being force-fed low-fat yogurt in a group home. That one really sticks out for me. But other than that, I don't know. I haven't heard many. Or maybe I just blocked them out of my memory. Who knows?
I am always willing to answer things.
Okay.
Hi, Amberlynn. First, I want to say that having your videos playing in the background has gotten me through both my bachelor's degree and now my master's degree.
Oh my gosh,
congrats, smart
gotta
girl.
balance the chaos with some more chaos.
Yes.
So my question is, coming from a place of someone who also grew up in poverty and struggles with the scarcity mindset.
Yes.
I want to ask, how do you plan on dealing with this in the long term? I know that I feel like once I have money, I need to spend it, or even once I have food, I need to eat it.
Hold up. That's the scarcity mindset? Dang, I need to speak to my shrink about that. Damn.
Because I feel like I might never have it again. I still go back to that place
Is it okay to say shrink?
in my mind. And, you know, in the context of weight loss, which is also something I have struggled with, I think that the scarcity mindset gets in our way, because in our search for balance, we will create an artificial scarcity that our mind just instinctually wants us to alleviate. And so with that said, do you ever think that you'll get over the scarcity mindset? Is there something that you're doing or can see yourself doing to interrupt these thought patterns? Because it can be done, and I know...
This is a very interesting question, and I didn't know about the scarcity mindset, so I'm going to do some research on that later. So thank you to this person. You're very smart. Congratulations on your degrees. Amber can barely work on the bare minimum things. I don't know if she could even go this deep. Right? You know, I don't think she sees it that way. She's just on Torrent and Amazon and buying Legos and food and all kinds of things. I mean, kudos to this person for spotting that, though. That's really interesting.
That it can be done by doing some work with making yourself feel more secure in your situation. And yeah, I don't know. This is long, but I hope that
I love her active listener face.
This question finds you well.
And happy
I
summer.
don't know that well,
Bye.
but
Aw,
I
thank you. I
appreciate
literally
that.
loved that voicemail. Thank you.
It was great.
Voicemail.
It was
That's not a
great.
voicemail. Voice message. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I genuinely love that. I do have that mindset. I noticed it more and more. Like, more money that I made on YouTube, the more I would spend it. Like, I used to
Yeah,
buy
girl.
so much clothes from Torrid because I grew up with none. Like, when I lived with my parents, I had like one pair of pants, one sweater.
Mhm.
Then I went into a children's shelter where you're sharing clothes with everybody. Like, there's like a special closet that you go in, and like, I had nothing. And then even through foster homes, like, I would get a couple outfits, but then I would transfer into a different foster home, and then I would lose those clothes. It's like, where the hell did they go? I don't understand. And then when I was living with my
Need
parents,
a
it's
big
like
closet.
one day we wouldn't really have much food. The next day, my dad would go out and buy a bunch of like dollar cheeseburgers from McDonald's, and then I would eat it fast and a lot. And like, you know, we got free food from the food bank. That's a random fact. Like, it would get delivered to us every Saturday. We had nothing. And now that I have this money, it's like I catch myself buying too much of something. And a lot of people are like, Amberlynn's a hoarder. It's like, no, I'm not a hoarder. My brain does not work accordingly. And I don't really.
I feel like that sounds about right. I mean, she didn't start gaining until she started making YouTube a coin, right? Like, she was always, I guess, bigger, but she probably just didn't have the means to like eat like she does now, you know? Fortune is
100% know how to get out of it. I mean, I will say I have
talk to your
definitely
therapist.
improved. I'm not sitting here buying hordes of clothing anymore. Like, I'll buy a few things off of Torrid if they like drop something that's like super cute in my style. I still buy like Legos and stuff because that's my hobby, and literally my head is full of chaos and war and depression and sadness.
What,
and
girl?
The minute I start doing a Lego, all of that just silences. So it's like I am trying to spend money on things that actually genuinely I feel like I need or like want, instead of like being in that mindset.
Okay.
All right, you guys, now it is time for tea or tail.
Tea.
Amberlynn is dumb for not reading her oracle cards in the right order.
Who the
So oracle cards
does
are super flexible. If you're doing like a
I'm
more
sick of hearing about these
structured
gosh
reading,
darn
like past,
oracle
present,
cards. Just do
future,
what you
then yeah,
want.
you're probably gonna want to read left
Shut
to
it.
right. But I don't really do it that way. Like, oracle is super intuitive. So I just read them with like the energy and the message that is trying to come through.
Okay,
And
vibes.
sometimes that can be jumping
Lot.
around with the card. Sometimes the middle card is a bridge to the first one and the second one. They're all tied together some way. There's no wrong way of reading oracle as long as the reading and the interpretation
There's no wrong
feels
way.
authentic
You got
and meaningful. Amberlynn only showers and cleans in her vlogs to prove she can. It is so crazy to me, so wild to me, that people are taking like everyday normal moments in someone's life and like creating an agenda behind it.
Babe,
like, literally
it's not that
overanalyzing.
She's overanalyzing this now. It's because you told us you didn't shower for a year, okay? You told us that. Okay, girl. And now you're trying extra hard to make sure we know that you're able to do that. That's what it seems like. It's real simple. You know, it's just like she's always amazed that people are confused. Like, we learned you had bed bugs. We learned that it was hard for you to shower for a really long time. We learned that you're a little stinky smelly because you had some issues with hygiene. Like, we've learned all these things. That's where these come from. It doesn't come from nowhere. And we know you need content for your vlogs because they are kind of boring sometimes. So it's no surprise. You could throw yourself, cleaning a damn toilet in there and waste some time or whatever. But like, you know why people say that. Like, don't play stupid with me, girl. Don't play stupid.
In everything to the last detail.
No.
I do a lot of things that I don't vlog. I rarely ever show myself cleaning or showering, and those are things that I do on a day-to-day basis. And then it's like, when I do show it, people make some conspiracy about it. It's
literally
weird.
Not a conspiracy. You have a conspiracy that the moon landing didn't happen. What evidence do you have? None. TikTok evidence. You're saying that you're just trying to prove that you shower and clean because in the past you told us you didn't shower or clean. How is that a conspiracy? Okay, girl, you need to look up the definition of a conspiracy.
Little secret for you guys. I do not live life for my vlog. I simply just vlog my life.
Obvious.
And sometimes
You
that's
don't
going to
do
be me
nothing,
showing
babe.
you the bland, like the bland of the bland. Like, yo.
It's all bland. And I'm not judging her. Like, my life's really bland too. I'm just saying, it's all bland. Just so you know. You're welcome.
Oh, just showered. How you doing? Like, every vlogger that I watch talks about showering, talks about cleaning. But when Amberlynn does it, it's a whole like conspiracy and there's some sort of agenda behind it. And that's just like not the case. Cleaning and showering, it's nothing special. Every single person on this planet should be doing that. Amberlynn did the right thing by going to the hospital. I got this
did the right thing.
Much in my Instagram.
Nobody said that you did the wrong thing. Like, obviously, because your health situation ain't so great. If you're having chest pain, babes, you should probably go to the hospital, right? But I think a lot of us, at least for me, I was just trying to ease your mind. Like, it just sounded like gas pain to me. But it's always good to get it checked out. And you did, and you're good. And you don't have diabetes either. So, yay!
Instagram DMs, and I have to agree with you guys. But I also noticed there was a large fraction of people that were like, bro, like, that was so dumb. Like, you should not be worried about chest pain. You should not be worried about an elevated D-dimer. Listen, I want to make something very clear, and it's probably obvious. I have really bad health anxiety. It's literally the type of anxiety, like most anxieties, like all anxieties, where you cannot control it. And even being rational during those times is almost impossible. Like, while it's happening, you even wonder, am I being rational? Should I be worried about this? Should I have anxiety? Should I be scared? Should I be seen? Like, it's just constant in your brain. But after being diagnosed with cancer and after everything that like surrounded that, if there is something health related wrong with me, I want it to be fixed. Like, if something is wrong, I need to figure it out.
Okay, but the emergency room is not just the playground for you to get random diagnoses. You need to just see a regular doctor for that kind of stuff. Just see your doctor regularly. Get checkups. That should help with some of your health anxiety, I think. Don't keep going to the emergency department, I think is the point. Right? Right.
Like a year ago, I was having like a few symptoms and I was an advocate for myself. And it turns out I had a 6 millimeter kidney stone.
Oh, snap.
I probably still have it because there's nothing you can really do about it because it's literally in my kidney. It's not traveling yet. Sometimes your symptoms are nothing, but sometimes they are something. And I'm not invincible. Scary things can happen. I'd rather care about myself just enough than not care about myself at all. And I'm just not going to be sorry for that.
What is she on about? Like, she's not making sense anymore.
All right, you guys, it is time for...
Okay, I usually don't react to this part because it's gross. Usually, I don't care about Amber's sex life. But since I'm not doing a what I eat in a day reaction, because I'm like kind of early here, usually I do these two together, I'm going to react to it and I'm just going to cry, okay? I'm just going to get through it.
Bad choices. And look, this is how many we've done. I keep my pile over here.
Whoa.
That is how many we've done during the series. Like, can you believe it?
Yeah, I can actually.
I don't know. 1, 2. I try to like get random 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Wait. Does she use the Oracle card energy when she's picking the bad choices card? Like, does she allow the energy to enter when she's picking the bad choices card? That wasn't funny. I'll tell her.
Make sure they're all in the right way here. Alrighty, here we go. Have you ever had sex at work?
You have to have a job for that to happen, first of all, okay? Rather unprofessional.
No? Have you ever lied about your weight on your driver's license? No. During sex, have you ever tried to finger someone's ass without their permission?
Your father.
No! What the hell? Would you marry a billionaire even if it meant you could never see your family again?
Oh, wait.
It depends. Like,
I already married a billionaire.
Because there has been obviously multiple times that I've lived in a different state. I didn't see my family, but I talk to them daily. If
we know you don't care about your family and you love money.
Then yeah, because love is love, but I'm not marrying them just for the money. See, this question's weird. I would never marry someone just for money. I would never not see my family just for money. But if I found love and this person happened to be a billionaire, then yeah, but only if I can talk to them, FaceTime them, you know, message them, and they're still in my day-to-day life. Okay, have you ever pretended to be asleep while someone was having sex in the same room?
In the same room?
I've been a teenager once. I'm telling you, my friends were hecticana. That is all I'm going to say about that. Wow. At the beginning of this video, I felt so sad. Like, you guys saw it. Like, I cried before this video. I just have a lot going on, okay? I cannot wait to start my medicine tomorrow. And I know it takes like 5 to 6 weeks to start working. Out, girl. But girl, it's going to be in my body. It's going to be doing its thing. It's going to be trying to work, you know? And I just feel really hopeful.
It's going to be in her body.
Positive changes
Lucky medicine indeed.
But anyways, I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. And thank you guys so much for just cheering me up a little bit. I did love it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye, ho. Since we're friends now. I didn't love it. I really hate when she talks about Beck. I just think it's so ridiculous and annoying that we're still having these conversations about our love, Beck. It's just not right. It's insane. I'm gonna collect my thoughts for a sec and then I'm gonna come back. It got really dark. It's nighttime, Shan. So like I feel like at the end of that she became pretty happy and cheery, which was nice to see, but she just always starts out on such a bad note with that stuff about Beck, and like you guys, you know my position on it. It's absolutely crazy and I hate it. And the stuff with Keemstar and Zachary Michael, like versus Zachary Michael, it's crazy. I think she's really butthurt that ZM is just not really talking about her at all on their channel and is doing just fine, you know, just protecting his peace in a real way. So good for them. That's really great. Yeah, I mean, I just don't, I know that she's Amber and she just can't ever see that she's a problem in people's lives, but oh God, it's that part of me, you guys, that like really hopes that therapy's gonna work for her and one day she's gonna see it and she's gonna be able to take accountability. But I honestly don't even think she's in therapy anymore. So it's really sad. And she says she has something going on that's like making her cry all the time. And we're hearing that. We're not hearing what the issue is. So it's like, okay, well, I can't really sympathize with you because I don't really know what you got going on there, girl. So, I mean, I imagine it has a lot to do with what the internet is saying about her reaction channels and maybe a little bit about what's going on with her relationship with this mysterious girlfriend we don't know anything about. We don't know who it is. So that's it, man. That's all I got. This was fun. I got my toenails painted. I didn't put on like the press-ons because just doing my toes was hard when I was trying to pay attention. Girl, I'm a mess. I can't pay attention to two things at once. So I don't know if I'm going to do them because I know the second I put them on, I'm going to want to rip them off. Because of my job, I have really short nails. Like I can't have anything long, so I'm not used to it. But we'll see. I don't know. Check out my Snapchat to see if I rant on there. Just kidding. I don't have a Snapchat, girl. I'm not in 8th grade. But yeah, so anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe if you want to. I don't know. It's up to you. I hope I get to see y'all very, very soon. Like I said, hopefully we'll have some non-Amberlynn related content. I'm sorry that I have so much of it on here. I love to yap about her. Okay, I'm obsessed with her. But yeah, so hopefully I'll see you this weekend. Have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend if you're celebrating here in the US of A. Hopefully it's not a total wash like it is here in Massachusetts. But yeah, have a fantastic night, casting crew. Thanks for showing up. We'll talk soon, okay? All right. Okay.